Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, and welcome to another video on Lord of the Rings, Heroes of Middle-earth, and a happy hump day. Today, we're here to talk about ability material and the priority of upgrading characters. So in the first bit of the video, we're going to be talking about, this might seem pretty obvious, but how you get ability material, where a lot of it comes from, what I do to get a little bit more, and then we're also going to be talking about at least the characters that I'm building and the priorities that I've taken in terms of upgrading their skills and in what order. And then, if you're building characters that I'm not necessarily building, you can still apply these principles to those characters. I've already talked about the characters that I'm primarily focusing on in other videos, though, so you can go check up on my channel for that. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I know there's plenty of people out there who are watching my videos right now who haven't decided if they want to subscribe to this channel or not, and please do, because there's going to be a lot of great information coming your way for The Lord of the Rings. So if you want to hear more of that, then you need to stay up to date and click that subscribe button. So if you're ready to go, everybody, then let's boil this down. Now, we need to start here, and this is Guild Chapter 1, because this is where you first start to get your taste of ability material. Yes, the ability material is, I would say, like 90% of it, maybe 80%, comes from the guild campaign, because this is what you're going to be able to farm every single day, and as you can see, that there is ability material on this. That being said, Guild Chapter 1 serves a couple of functions here, because yes, you do get some early beginning ability material, but there's also some characters that you need to farm on here. Primarily, Ugluck, if you do want to get into, 3-star or so. And then there's Pippin. If you need to get an unlock for Pippin, he's there as well. And then the most important one of all is going to be Gaz Ironhide. I think that's his name, yeah. I call him Ironhide Troll. So for most people, what you're going to do is you're probably going to be farming this node particularly. You're going to want to make sure you get Pippin unlocked and maybe Ugluck to 2-star at least, or something like that. And then the rest of it, you're going to want to put the energy into Ironhide Troll until he gets unlocked at 4-star. So this might take a little bit of time, but as soon as you do that, you're going to want to kind of move on to the other chapters. Now, I recently hit level 44, which is great for me because I picked up Guild Chapter 4. We'll kind of talk about that as well. But as you go through the different chapters, unfortunately, there's not many characters really that you can farm out of here. There's Grimpa the troll, the goblin here, and I actually did unlock him as well, just as a means to an end, as a 5th filler character for my campaign until I unlocked Wubei from the Haradrim. But nonetheless, it's not super important. It just gives you, if you are farming Chapter 2 for ability material, you might as well farm a character at the same time, because there's nobody else in Chapter 2, and they give you the exact same resources. So 620 gold, 135 XP, and you can see 521 on the ability material. 521, it's literally the exact same stuff. So if you're going to be farming Chapter 2, then this is what I recommend. After you're done with Ironhide Troll, basically I recommend moving on to Chapter 2. And if you need to farm for Grimpa, that's fine too. Otherwise, if you're able to get to Chapter 3, that's even better, because you're going to get more gold, and you're going to get 10, 3, 1 as possible drops for your ability material, and get a little bit more gold as well. And when you get to Chapter 4, which is level 44, so don't worry, this is going to take a little bit of time. I just unlocked this today. It is 5-2. So no more blue ability material, but I'm actually at the point where I have like 1,600 of it, so I don't think it's much of a concern there. So I wouldn't really be worried about that when you do eventually get here. You're going to want to move on to these because it'll give you the purple ability material. This stuff is super rare. Yes, it's called rare ability material, but yeah, it is rare. There's not very many places in the game that you can get it. A lot of it actually is from the guild campaign. You get it at 2 at a time. Other places that you do get it, of course, there is the challenges. So I want to go over that very quickly as well. We have the Ability Material Challenge, which is down here at Wondrous Abilities, Monday, Thursday, Sunday. Now, unfortunately, I have not been able to clear Tier 4 yet. I should be able to pretty soon. I think it's because my support characters are a little bit lacking in power. My attackers are pretty good, but not enough to carry the battle, apparently. But then you get upgraded from 2022 from 3510. Yes, you can see a dip in the blue ability material, but I'm telling you right now, okay, so I only have 1350. I thought I had a little bit more. But I'm going to tell you that you're not really going to run dry of that, because you're not going to have all the resources to upgrade all the other stuff. You're going to need the yellow, you're going to need the purple, and it's more important to go up. If you really need to go back, which I don't think you will, but I heard that the Mines of Moria raid is going to include ability material as rewards. So keep that in mind. I know it's a little bit ways out, but yeah, I mean, just doing what I've been doing, basically, I've been able to get this much common ability material, and I think it's going to take a while before I actually run out. Now, what else do I do to get this? There's one other method, and it's it's the guild store. Now, I do not recommend buying the blue or the yellow from the guild store, but I have been buying the purple stuff. On occasion, it's 40 guild points for one. Now, it's not a lot. Actually, you'd probably think it kind of sucks, and it does, but purple abilities are such a crunch and bottleneck right now. I want to get as much as possible. The two characters that are in the guild store right now, Miri and Wu Bei Te, I'm on my way to getting 4-star Wu Bei Te, so after that point, I think I don't really, unless one of them is a Elrond unlock, which we don't really know at this point, I think I'm safe to kind of put a little bit of guild credits into those purple ability materials because I want to get my characters upgraded. That's what we're here to talk about in this video. Some of the precious, especially the purple ability upgrades, but just how I decide what to upgrade. And that's going to be really important. And this might be a bit of a cop-out because this is Ironhide. He's one of my highest built characters. In fact, he's going to be my first gear tier 7 character pretty soon here. I'm just missing one piece. You want to upgrade for him. For most people, like I would say a lot of people are building him right now. You want to kind of do, not everything, but both his special and his ultimate, because they do lots of AoE damage. Now, normally, I would say that you don't want to focus abilities that are solely damage increases. I don't think those are worth it. However, and this is a big one, Ironhide Troll is a very powerful character. He's got 2 AoEs, and it does a lot of damage. So in this instance, because even though it's only like, say, plus 20% damage on this level 4, it's still equating to a lot of damage across the board AoE. If you're talking about 5 or 6 enemies that are being hit by this, that translates to a lot of extra damage. Same with the alt, and especially level 4, for example, you get these extra, only if you're using him with other Mordor characters, but, these are going to start to translate to some serious damage. Now, as far as his passive goes, I'm that's not a priority for me, at least for level 4, because again, you can't see it. It's 45 ability material down here, purple. These are very expensive. In fact, I'm sad that it's cut off here at the bottom. Maybe I can fix that really quick, actually. Where is that? Is this? Let me see if I can just move this up just a tad so we can see there. There we go. I'll fix this later. It's just because this game happens to crunch my my frame a little bit. So now you can see the numbers down here. I only have 45. These are very precious, which means I'm not getting a chance to upgrade these very often. But what I did do was his special and his ultimate, because they translated to big damage, because I am upgrading him a lot, and I'm making sure that he's maxed out as much as I possibly can. As far as other, characters go, things that you want to upgrades that you want to look out. One of the ones that I'm considering right now actually is level 4 Spear of Rohan Basic for Eothane, because it gives a +1 exposed duration. So instead of 1 turn or defense down, basically, if you're from Marvel Strike Force, then it gives 2 turns instead of 1. That's pretty big, and I'm also pretty sure this counts on the counterattacks and assists as well. So 2 turns of defense down is pretty good. So this is one that I'm keeping an eye on. I think I'm probably going to pull the trigger pretty soon. I'm just kind of like on the fence because these come in pretty slow, even for me, because there's no way that you can buy them and you're really just farming them out of the guild campaign. So, but if this was just the 10% damage, I would normally be on the fence because obviously that's not a lot, but I upgraded that obviously to get to 4, which then eventually gave the +1 exposed duration. For things like this, for example, I did upgrade the ultimate for Eothane as well, because once again, it translates to a lot of damage across the board. The 30% here on level 4 was pretty good. Level 3, 20%, not as much, but it does grow a little bit more. Passives, it really depends on what it is. Like, I'm not picking this up because it's just 3% max health for the purple ability material, which is a lot, and I don't want to do that. But if it does actually extend across the team, then that's something that we can consider. And we'll take a look at that when it comes to Eowyn, because that's something that I'm doing and considering to do with the leader ability, because that's the main leader ability that I do right now. So 5% crit chance. Might not seem like a lot, but it also affects her, it affects Eothane, it affects Eomer. So this is something that I am actively considering, as well as this passive here, which is on turn always gain counterattack for Eowyn. This is expensive. This is why I haven't purchased anything yet, because I'm trying to weigh it between this one and Aothane's Basic. I'm not sure yet, but nonetheless, there's some really good ones, including, you know, things that affect more people. And so the more you get out of it, the better. When it comes to the Basic for Aowen, haven't picked it up yet because it's just damage and it's not doing anything else. Aowen doesn't have a very high damage stat as it sits. It's not an AoE attack, and so therefore the priority isn't very high to get that. And for most of the basics, I would say is pretty low priority for me, in my opinion. So where is Strider, for example? Like I'm upgrading Strider quite a bit, but I made sure to get his ultimate at level 4 because this one is really good, by the way. You actually have one less energy cost or stamina cost to use the skill from 5 to 4. This one's really good. It's only 10% damage, which is not great, but the extra ability or the extra line there with the stamina makes it worth it. That being said, I'm usually pretty reluctant to upgrade the basics unless it's literally the last thing I have to do and I have an access, which I don't think is going to happen with purple ability material. So this is going to be pretty late down the line before I start upgrading these basics. Normally, I would look at the passives first, see if how many characters they affect. In this instance, I think it's only 5% armor to himself, and so I don't think it's really that worth it for the 45 ability material. So you have to think about a couple of things. Is it an AoE attack? That's number one. I would normally get those first. 2, does it influence a lot of other characters? Does it give extra people buffs? Does it give extra debuffs to the enemy? Does it boost the stats of your team? That kind of thing. You know, that's the kind of thing that I would look out for. And those are the kind of the priorities that I would take. Now, one thing that I do want to mention for those of you who are still a little bit new, Pippin. You know, I'm not spending a lot of time gearing him up right now, but one thing that you do want to do, especially during the campaign side of things, is making sure that you get to level 3 on his special. This one's super important because you get not only you get the extra healing, but now you can heal all squad members, because before that, all you can heal is yourself or Pippin and 2 other characters. And that's 3. Not very good. So you can go from a 3 to 5 characters, or everyone, in fact, including minions, any summons that you might have. And so this skill is really good. Now, you don't necessarily have to go too much further, depending on how much you want to invest into Pippin, but at the very least, make sure that you get level 3 healing for Pippin. This is going to be really important. If you want to as well, you can also get level 3 on the ultimate because it gives might to 4 random squad members, which is quite a bit. So if you're going to use Pippin, you might as well get a little bit extra value out of him there. But I haven't been upgrading his basic because I think it sucks. His damage is not very high anyways. That's not what he's there for. And I haven't really done a whole lot else because I just, you know, maybe I'll pick this up if I get some excess gold at some point. And I have a lot of these ability material, but, you know, you kind of really need to consider these sort of things in terms of what kind of greater value are you extracting out of these skills. Now, for the shadow side of things, there's a few good ones. Where is my Wu Beite? I actually really like Wu Beite as an additional character outside of the Isengard 3. So my shadow lineup is Ironhide Troll, Isengard 3, and that's Ugluk, Mauher, and Dunhar, the healer, and Wu Beite is my 5th character. And what I really like about Wu Beite is his ultimate, because when you get to level 3, it always inflicts slow. And slow is a very good debuff to have in any turn-based game. Anything that involves slow, haste, or turn meter rewind or increase or things like that, very good skills to have. And so this is very good when I'm doing my shadow campaign, because having slow as a debuff, and it's AoE damage, so that's really great too. You know, this is very helpful. So this is a really good skill, but, you know, there's certain things that you just don't have to do. I mean, I am not getting this one. For example, Wu Beite's passive doesn't do anything unless you have Robel on your team, which is a very late game unlock. The other Haradrim character does absolutely nothing, so therefore I haven't upgraded it. You can kind of gauge how good some of these are based on the percentages. You know, if it's just like a 10% damage increase, I typically wouldn't do it. Like I said, for the Aothane basic, the only reason why I would want to do that is so that I could get to the next one, which is increasing the exposed duration. But if it's just flat damage across the board, those are things that you can put at the back of the line as far as priorities go. Now, for the other shadow characters, Ugluk is a very solid character. If you want to invest into any of the 5 shadow characters outside of Ironhide Troll, then you want to invest into Ugluk. A lot of his abilities are really, really good. I like his skills. They give quite a bit of bonus, especially the basic. This is one I'm considering as well, is level 4 for the basic. I know some other people probably already have this at this point, but I put more of my focus into my light side rather than my shadow side. And so this is something that I'll be looking for as a shadow upgrade pretty soon, because I've already upgraded most of my skills on Ironhide Troll, and so Ugluk is going to be next. That being said, some of these other ones are just flat damage. So as far as using just my purple ability material, not really comfortable at doing that yet, unless I had a lot more of that coming in. You know, so as you can see, I haven't really done a lot of these, so it doesn't do enough for me, in my opinion, to get that through. So these are the kind of things that you kind of want to look out for when it comes to upgrading your characters. One thing I do want to point out for those of you who may be using Aomer, his summon, his this guy, click the button here. The Rohan Attacker, his abilities actually get upgraded based on Aomer's special skill. So you can see that he actually has a tree, you know, actually has a level up tree, and how he gets these things is actually by getting upgrades from Aomer. So if you upgrade Aomer's special, this is something I'm considering too, because I do use him. It's going to upgrade all of the tiers of the ability of the summon as well, and his stats are going to be based on Aomer's stats as well. I'm actually at the point right now where my summon can actually survive an Ironhide Troll's cleave, the special. So, you know, I know that he's pretty squishy still, but anyways, his abilities are going to be based on Aomer's special, so keep that in mind as well. And again, you know, you want to really kind of see what they do. You know, do they make a wider impact on your team or the enemy team? And if they don't, then those are things that you can kind of keep at the back of the pack there before you decide to upgrade them. And basics tend to be, you know, the last thing that you want to upgrade. I would typically focus on passives first, AoE attacks, buffs, debuffs, those kind of things. Anything a way to make your character stronger or them weaker. That's going to be the end of this video. I hope that this was helpful. You know, if you need to clear up any confusion, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to me via Discord as well. The Boilon Gaming Lounge is open for everyone. So again, if you like this video and you want to see more of this, please hit that subscribe button. There's going to be more Lord of the Rings content on this channel in the days and weeks ahead. So that's the end of this video, everyone. And until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.